Greetings, all. Playing on my Necromancer again. Yep. Many of you may not know this, but there are quests in Everquest. Not a lot. Kind of like if you were to go to WoW and compare it, that's no contest. World of Warcraft has far more quests. And hence the term Quest Hub, which pretty much started in World of Warcraft. I am not a fan of it. I'd rather come into a dungeon like this, which is open world. I am not grouped with this person over here, who's also a necromancer. And he is gaining experience, I'm assuming. He picked that side, I took this side. We kind of came in together. So it's about, and camping, as many of you know, is just picking basically a spot and killing the mobs that respawn in that area. Tend to want to get the ones that give you an experience, but not all of them will. It's not a perfect setup here, but it's pretty good. I'm ignoring those three up there because they pretty much won't give me experience. But it will take up my time. I have a rotation going. I don't want to add too many, and plus he's over there killing what I was going to pull over here. I think everything's, I don't know, like a 5-10 minute timer or something like that. It's not terribly bad, but it gives you some options to set up a rotation. Some of these creatures, like this protector, I'll actually cast more spells on to kill my pet kill quicker. My necromancer is in that odd level range from my research where the pet doesn't scale very well with me. I've talked to a couple necromancers where some say they actually will go and get up tight with their pet and fight, kind of like they're almost melee. I will do that from time to time to save my pet some damage if I feel that it's taking too much. Like in this situation, I'm not going to take too much damage, so I don't need to die. But he should be able to survive that. I do have a pet heal if things get too out of control. Too bad for my pet. So, as you can see, I do have a bit of a rotation. Some spawns come back a bit harder than others. Not everything gives me experience, which is fine. Gives me some break to catch up. I'm not going to cast in that one. So yeah, I'll spend a fair amount of time meditating to get back my mana, of course. The zone line isn't too far from where I'm at right now. So if things get too bad, I could try to make a break for it, but I also have my gate spell handy, so if I see my pet taking a fair amount of damage and he's got a few mobs on him, I'll try to cast that before trying to run. Mobs in this game are at least as fast as you are, but these are actually slightly faster from what I've seen. Even the strafing technique doesn't help me too much. It helps a little bit. Like if I take off running right away, I can generally stay ahead, but if I hit anything, like a wall or anything, they'll pretty much catch me. I don't know if he's heading deeper. I don't want to add too many extra things to my rotation. That case, I was just kind of getting some health back. I think in general, fairly safe here. First spawn is right about there, which is where I want it to be. So this Dark Pack spell is actually killing me slowly. It converts about 2 health to 2 mana. Without it, I'd be regenerating mana a lot slower. So that's why you see me pop up a bunch, either for looting or to recast that. Which also means I'm going to use my life draw spell, which is up top. I have it slotted number 3, and try to keep my health above half at least. So yeah, that's kind of what I do in P99 Everquest. To me, it's a bit more relaxing instead of running from quest to quest to quest to quest. I can just sit here, set up my rotation, and then fill in more if I feel like I have extra time. I think looks like he might have moved into the next hallway. But I do have to be careful about adding too much. So 2 of my buffs are fading, so gotta put those back up. I'll switch those out. What are we looking for? Gate. Did he get in the... Oh, good. He didn't get in the drink. So, we kind of have our rotation figured out, so I can kind of move around the room as needed, or just kind of turn myself. So now this spot is fairly safe, where I can just sit down. I don't have to worry about the guys against the wall there attacking me. The only problem is once in a while, I don't have these spaced out quite well enough. Usually the first one is currently a bit higher level. And since my pet is lower level, the mobs will aggro to him more than to me. But like if I sit down in front of their face, they'll attack me. I think I said that last session, but yeah. So that guy was invisible, if you remember from last time. Got these little brackets there. So sometimes the mobs will run and sometimes they won't. Oh, you resisted, you prick. As you can see, my pet is very much the tank. He can take the damage even lower level than me a lot better than I can for the most part. Not all my spells are hotkeyed. So the experience in this room isn't terrible. When I started, I was I think right about there. So a few rotations actually filled it out. I would call that fairly good. Just in case something weird happens, I'll give him a little touch up on his health. Generally, he'll heal a lot faster than my mana will go up. Okay, it looks like he has come back into the room. It looks like he's kind of going back and forth. Kind of a little surprised he's getting good experience. That or he's just faction grinding. Because if you do a who, I believe that or that, they're both the same level, so and both are XRs. So they might be faction grinding because, for those of you who don't know, the XR are the most hated race at this point in this timeline. I don't know if they ever changed it in live. I have not played live since, what was the last one? There was the moon, what was it called? Lucaland? Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was, expansion number 4, I believe. So yeah, I haven't played live really since then. I played TLP servers, but that's generally coming back to around this age of the game. Only with a little more modern conveniences. I don't find their modern conveniences all that helpful because a lot of times I'm spending a good amount of time trying to figure out what the hell is going on and how everything works. So, you can see that the UI is very simplistic. And of course I'm playing in a window. I usually keep it in a window because I sometimes go to my second monitor, and if I have it full screen, it's going to cut it out anyways, minimize it, and then I have to come back, put it in this, and it'll come back to the screen anyways. So that guy's a white con, so that could be fairly dangerous to my pet. My poison bolt spell isn't as high a level as my other 2 spells I put on, but still a pretty good dot. And it's cheap to cast. Those teeth are part of a repeatable quest I could do. There's a both good quotes and bad evil quotes. Turn in. The good turn in would be in the city of Iridan. And the evil one would be the turn in for the P99 city. So this spell I cast once in a while is a snare dot. They're both pretty expensive spells. Oops. So the other guy didn't attack right away, which pretty much tells me he's pretty weak. But I kinda kill him anyways. Keep him part of the rotation. I personally set up this combat window. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but kind of wanted to keep some of the combat out. Don't want them to buff up too much, so. Did he just poison my pet, that bastard? This might not be good for me. Ah, crap. Time to run. And there's the exit. Damn, that was a good pet too. Okay, let's check my supplies. Okay. But since we're out here, I'm gonna go kill some decayed skeletons because they dropped my component that I need. Not 100%, but it's fairly reliable. A lot of times they have cheap, rusty weapons that I'll throw in my bed. Oh, usually when that thing procs, it one-shots it. So yeah, this area, for those of you not aware, is where the evil, quote-unquote, evil erudites will come to gain experience for first 3 or 4 levels, generally. And if they group up or a necromancer, they can come down and do the kind of the entrance area, but it'll probably be fairly risky, unless of course they're in a group or a couple necromancers. So now I'm gonna kind of set up for trying to get a good pet, which is kind of why I went out and got a couple bone chips, just in case I have to recast a bunch of times. Okay, I was making myself some coffee since I had to meditate anyways. Hopefully we don't have to go through too many pets. I've been getting pretty lucky in that. Well, the thing is to get past that one shaman that kicked my pet's butt. So yeah, these might be a bit lower level, but damn, that was a waste of mana. If I'm going down with a pet, I generally don't want to drag a train with me, so I'll kill as they go. But sometimes I'll get some bronze weapons out of it that I'll give to my pet anyway, so there's that. Cave bat is neutral, so he won't attack unless I attack it or my pet. I send my pet to attack it. I'm gonna steal some of his strength. Some of these buffs I wish I can give to my pet. Like safe and strength. There's a couple over here. Grimoire I wish I could give to it. Vampiric Embrace. But sadly those are all self buffs. Just in case he decides to aggro me while I'm just sitting on my butt. Trying to get mana back. So I've gotten so much positive influence here from these killing these guys that I can't get any better reputation with the heretics. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I've seen it where I can't get it possibly any worse. I don't know that. I don't remember ever getting max faction. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened. It just doesn't mean I don't remember it. Oh, great. All kinds of freaking shamans in here. And each one could potentially be as dangerous as the one that wasted my pet. I don't want to send my pet down there. Okay, just using that stupid dot. So I'm just gonna kill it. I want to wait until... don't know how to... let's see... set... filter in here... Doesn't look like his health is dropping too fast. I'm gonna try to keep the same rotation more or less. I don't think they're gonna always cast the same spells all the time either. It's only a blue cone. Well, he hit my pet pretty good. So we're gonna bring him back a little bit. Alright, this is my poison bolt. It's getting interrupted. Nice. I didn't necessarily need the health, but I kind of wanted to kill him. We'll fix the rotation here soon enough. I like that skeleton laugh. In the early days, that laugh was not good for me. When I was playing back in the day, I had an erudite paladin. And the reason I had an erudite paladin is because at the time they didn't allow erudite shadow knights. So there's a little bit of information about me. I don't know why they didn't do that. The only thing I could think of is when the game first came out, they didn't have all the zones out like pretty much a lot of games continue to follow as they don't put out all the content they promise. As there was supposed to be the hole in all this stuff that I'm in right now at release. Didn't make it. My thing is they probably get tight on money and they need to release to make money. All that good stuff. Why else do you release before your stuff is done? Usually because you're hurting for money. Oh well. Did pretty well for its time. It is now free to play. This server is totally free. I believe the stipulation is they can't make money in any way for this to remain free, so it's P99's kind of a passion of love. I think they do some patches and I've heard that they want to make their own content at some point. And there's also a rumor of a fresh server coming. We're on the wrong page. So as you can see, I don't cast these spells all that much. That's what it looks like for me without this sight spell. It's pretty dark. I do have other light spell, but I generally don't put it on. What was the other one section? So the cash drop can be fairly random, even at the higher levels. You're not always guaranteed to get the high amount. I've gotten several gold from level 20 creatures. But that would be a lucky find even at level 20 and a bit higher. So it looks like I got a pretty decent split on the mobs that I'm worrying about. That's a green comment. Probably not give too much experience, but I don't want it up in case something just as threatening spawns next to it. It's all about keeping the rotation. Ooh. He's got a weapon. Which I'll probably give to my pet. I don't think it upgrades his damage too much, but it does make him look better. I think it helps his damage a little bit. But it's generally a decent way to get rid of stuff. So yeah. That's a nice looking weapon. Probably could have got a couple gold for it, but my guy's not hurting too much on cash right now. I don't have my cash on me, but I do have 16 plant. That's probably about a fourth of what I got total, which isn't a huge amount. But I do have like 64 more in the bank. So my calculations might not be 100% accurate, but close enough. So the reason why I have all that planned in the bank is because in case I die, I can pretty much replace most of what I got. Pretty much everything I've gotten, I've found these don't really give me anything. I just put them, these rings and all that stuff are there just to fill a slot because I got tired. Oh crap, I sat in the wrong spot. I did not want to clear all that crap, but since I sat in the wrong spot, now I've got to. But it's not going to mess up my rotation too much. They're pretty weak. Wow, he actually gave me experience. Oh, I didn't like that one. Okay. Looks like my partner moved on. Wasn't really my partner, but you kind of get my point. Yeah, green con mobs are kind of hit and miss on what'll get you experience. You can tell from like the text word text that they use. Upper hand, I think, generally means you'll get some experience. So yeah, I've done pretty good. So back to what I got. Everything I've earned on this, I've found or earned them in my own way, except for this. Somebody came into this zone and said, "Hey, anybody want this?" And I said, "Yes," and they gave it to me. I am not above taking free stuff. Also, I don't think it's real. I mean, it's okay. +3, +3, +12. Wisdom I don't really need. Intelligence I do. Mana I do. Also, there's only one AC, but it's more about the stat buffs. Because in this game, your stats don't increase automatically as you level. You gotta find stuff. I think that might change. With AAs, I think they're in this version, but I don't remember. You think his damage is a little more consistent with the weapon than without. Generally, I've tried to give him the bow and arrow. He doesn't seem to use it, so now I just kind of let it rot. So yeah, this game is generally fairly relaxing for me because, like I said, don't have to run around from place to place. Can just kind of find a spot that's good enough for you, or if you want to push yourself a little bit. If I do want to push myself a little bit, I can always pull from over here, but it can be kind of risky because if they are high enough, they might pull together, and then you got a problem. Yeah, that was probably overkill. Is it bugged? Okay, there we go. Sometimes I'll pick up that ration, sometimes I won't. Gotta come for weight allowance and all that stuff. And then also, I don't know if I mentioned this, your coinage here has weight. I'll show you what I mean. I'm not too worried about this. That's approximately 6 gold right there, so I'm gonna take it, destroy it, see how much it dropped my weight. So I'm not too far from a bank if I really wanted to run it back, but generally I'll probably destroy the copper I've thrown away. I suppose I could, I don't know. I think you might be able to drop it if you really want to. Ooh. Another weapon. See, I can't give it to him right now because he's in the middle of combat. Let's see. Set up before I give it to him. It is. Where is it? So, primary. Usually we'll say if it's two-handed. Ah, got into a fight. I can just hold it on my person right here. Means I'm kind of holding it, so now I'll give it to him. He did not arm it. Oh well. Not that worried about it. If I was, I wouldn't have given it to him. That's blue, that's green. So, I'm going to cast on this one. There we go. Now, if the other one would have been giving me any kind of experience, he would have came with him. So that's generally why it's safer for me to pull than sending my pet across. Now, when many years from now, exaggerating slightly, when I get to 16, I'll have a pet that can actually get to higher levels than me. But this is one of those awkward levels where my pet starts off at best, where I can get it to even level with me. But I generally shoot for blue cone. That'll change after I gain level 14 and 15, of course. Once I get to level 15, I'll start buying my next round of spells. For now, as you can see, I got a gold out of that. That's fairly rare, because that was maybe a level 12 mob, 10, 12, somewhere in there. So that was a pretty good drop for it's level range. think that was a monk. Oh, two of them gave me over gold. That one he gave me even slightly more. I'm impressed. So yeah, I don't know if you know this, but this is the god, my god, as it were. He's quote unquote an evil god. Which I think he's actually killed. He's one of the first gods that you can actually fight in this game. So don't generally turn in the teeth for the evil one, because I don't want to ruin the erudite faction any more than I have to, and I don't have to, so I could turn it in first and get it potentially some ring mail kind of armor, and that would give me a bunch of money. But I'm not overly worried about money right now. Yes, spells get very expensive very quickly for casters, but with the slower leveling, and it gets slower as you get higher level, I think I can kind of stay ahead of it. Sometimes they'll come and sometimes they won't. I generally get a feel for the level range based on the mob name type. Generally that cloth armor sells for around a gold or more. These corpses you could see around. So people tend to leave the thing on there. Maybe hope to one day find a friendly cleric to try to res it, but for me, at these lower levels, I'm not going to worry about it. Now, once I get into the 30s, I may do that. Depends on who I know and all that jazz. Where the hell did he go? Oh. Certainly took his sweet ass time. Should be getting pretty close to respawn time here. Almost forgot about my coffee. So yeah, if I were to cast over on that one, I'd probably pull those two together. Then I got a problem. Although if I were to break over there, I'd probably have a better what do you call it? Better rotation of more experience giving mobs. Right now I'm okay with what I got. As you can see, generally you're not gonna get gold all that much. Although I did get 3, looks like I got 3 in a row from the history here. Which is kinda odd. Not complaining, just seems odd to have that kind of luck. I don't know what level mob actually gets real dual wield. By that, I mean actually uses his offhand. It might be level 20, I'm not sure. Yeah, he's pretty weak. Reasonably safe, yeah, he's not gonna give anything. Oh, we got 2 out of the 5 bowls filled. It's not bad, not bad. I've been recording here about an hour, I think. Maybe a little bit more. So, kill this rotation, then I think should be good enough for this session. So I'm going to go a little bit more liberal with my mana spells because he's kind of hurting my pet. Don't want to be too far gone with my pet. See, the problem with leaving stuff to go like that. Ooh, that one gave me 2 gold. Whoa, he was rich. He was a rich boy. So yeah, as old as this game is, they actually had macros. These are macros that I set up here. Except for that one. Technically I don't need that one, but I put it there. Could always hit that. But that's in case I just want to hit 7 instead of clicking the book, but you've been watching me click the book mostly, so... reasonably safe. Did he just basically one-shot him? That's hilarious. Reasonably safe. Probably not going to give him any experience. Yeah. Okay, I gotta redo my spells here. Hopefully nothing respawns in that time. I don't know if I mentioned this, but that bind affiliation spell, I could basically use that to bind me anywhere I want to. I think even in dungeons, but I don't want to test that. I like where I'm bound right now. Gets me out of a bad situation. So, yeah, I think this is where I'll end my recording. I'm going to probably keep playing personally. Try to get a level before next next recording. Maybe try to get a little deeper into the warrens, or find a different camp spot. Oh, he got me pretty good. Okay. Think we'll be pretty safe here. Yep, got him to start running. Reason why he's not moving is because I've got a dot or well, that's per request. Nope, I don't want that. Got a snare spell out. Snares are better than roots. I might have said this last time. Snares will, quote unquote, allow them to run, but since it slows them so much when they're weakened like that, it actually stops them. If you root them, it counts as a full stop and they will continue to fight. So there's that helpful tip, probably for the second time that I've said that, but oh well. 14 silver, isn't that technically a gold? I don't know. I forget the conversion rate. I don't know if it's 100 silver or... I don't think it's 100 silver. So, and I thank you all for joining me. If you like what you see, you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And follow it up with that bell for future notifications. And please hit the like button and leave a comment. It helps out the algorithms for me. Gotta feed the algorithms. Again, thank you all for joining me. Bye for now.